Hello, welcome to YouTube. This is John from Secretly Timid. It's about 10:42 on Sunday morning, and I'm waiting for, actually, they're not here yet because we don't actually start until 11. The music on today's show is a song called Sourpuss by Moris Tepper. And if you don't know who Moris Tepper is, you should know. He was in a band called Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band, a very influential band from the 60s and 70s. And anyway, let's see, what are we going to talk about today? Oh, so apparently I slept through not one, but 2 earthquakes. I live in Dallas, Texas, so that's weird, because we usually don't get earthquakes. And I think this is like the 4th or 5th one this year. So I think it has something to do with something called fracking. But what do I know about it? I don't know shit. But it seems kind of weird. And I was thinking earlier today, like what we can do for the YouTube stuff that's separate from the actual podcast. And I thought it would be fun if over the week, anybody who's watching this or anybody who's listening to the show could like submit questions to our Twitter or our Tumblr or our Facebook page or our YouTube page, and then the next week we could answer it on YouTube. I thought that would be fun. So let's say you have a question for Danielle, ask us, and then the next week when I have Danielle in the studio, we can just ask her, hey Danielle, so-and-so asked you blah 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 blah, and then she could answer. Or maybe it could be just something more open. Like, I think it would be fun to ask Nan today, you know how it's an election season, election year, and normally you're told not to be a single issue voter, right? So you should not vote for a candidate just because of one specific thing. You should look at the overall campaign and then make your decision more wisely. But what if we asked Nan what her one issue would be? For me, it would probably be a woman's right to choose, because I think that contraception, the pill, if we went back on that, I think people's financial lives would change. I mean, families, I think, should be planned and not surprises, because, you know, if you can't afford a child, it's no bueno. So anyway, that's what it'd be for me, but I wonder what it'd be for Nan. So maybe I'll ask her. Other than that, thanks for listening. Oh, the podcast awards are coming back, and I think the process begins on Tuesday. So I'm going to read the rules before we start the show, and then relay it to you all to how you can get Secretly Timid on the ballot again. We did it last year. We can do it again this year, and we can take the award away from Greetings from Nowhere. Right. We don't have minions like they do, but I want to win. I even know where's the freaking camera on this? Anyway, Paul and Danielle are not going to be, Paul and Danielle is, wow, I was an English major. Paul and Danielle will not be on the show today because Danielle has some Dallas VidFest stuff to take care of, and Paul has some business out of town to take care of. But we're going to get Danielle on the line, and I was hoping to get Paul on the line. It doesn't look like that's going to be a possibility. So, but we will speak to Danielle, and Paul will be back in 2 weeks, and Danielle will be back next week. So, sorry. Anyway, take care, and enjoy the next episode of Secretly Timid. Bye. So, Brian's here. He's filling in for Danielle and Paul, and Delilah's sitting here. And so, Nan.
Yes.
We talked earlier about this idea of, on our YouTube page, asking or getting people to submit questions.
Okay.
And I thought of one. It was kind of deep.
What is it?
So you know how we're told to not be like single issue voters?
Uh-huh.
If you were a single issue voter, what would that issue be?
Oh, I don't know. I just vote for whoever's the hottest. I'm just kidding. That was don't know. That's a hard question. I mean, because
it shouldn't be a hard question.
why shouldn't it be a hard question?
Because you should have like one issue that. Well, okay, Brian. What would it be for you?
Single issue. I just don't think that way, I guess.
I'm asking you to think.
What is yours, John?
Mine was,
Gay marriage?
no, it wasn't, surprisingly. It was a woman's right to choose, because I think if we take away
Aw, well,
contraception, that people's livelihoods would go down.
Well, then in your honor, I'll say gay marriage. We'll be like, I'll scratch your back and then you scratch mine.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I think about women's rights in general a lot, obviously.
Well, yeah, I mean, equal rights
Yeah.
encompasses
Like all
gay
kinds of
rights
civil
and
rights and
women's rights.
stuff, so.
And pussy rights.
Hi, Brian.
Hello, Nan.
How are you today?
I am wonderful.
So, tell us about what we talked about this week on the podcast.
We talked about smiles and how that is not as positive as it might sound. We talked about poop and getting poop transplants. We talked several times about death, which is a weird way to start off. We talked about, you made a kind of an unquestioned remark about Christian rock that I feel was sort of out of line.
I had a feeling that you didn't like what I said. You had a look on your face.
Sixpence None the Richer are a great band.
We talked about talked about sex, obviously, because that's normally a hot topic.
Pretty much everything we talk about comes down to sex.
What else did we talk about? How John shunned a podcast friend. We talked about podcast awards. We talked to Danielle about her fist fight at the Double Wide.
Very exciting stuff.
And we talked about fisting.
And
We talked a
fisting.
little about fisting.
And
That's
we-
a little bit
the
about
icing
fisting.
on the cake was the fisting.
And we found out how old John was when he lost his virginity.
Yeah, and Nan too.
Yes.
But we didn't find out about Brian. He just
Yes.
said it was much later.
I actually know the answer to that question, but it's not mine to say.
Well, it depends what you consider losing your virginity. I
Huh.
had oral sex at 21 and did not have intercourse until I was 30.
There you go. The big reveal.
God.
It's true.
That's really old.
You're not even 30 yet.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are 30.
I'm 31.
31, okay.
Wow, you're a baby.
I don't feel like a baby at all. I feel very old. I work with people that are like 25, 22,
Right.
and they're like, "You're you're over 30. Oh my God, we thought you were 25." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome," but my boss is 25 years old.
Aww.
Yeah,
That's what you get for going to grad school, fool.
that is exactly what I get for going to grad school.
All right. Well, say bye, Brian.
We have no name
Bye,
for this.
Brian.
We have no name. For
Oh,
this
what are we gonna
episode.
name this episode?
1.7. I don't know. What do you think? We'll have to think about it.
Raunchy baby making.
That's fine with me. Sounds good.
It is.
All right, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good week, friends.
Bye.